Hey guys, welcome back. It's Redox. Thanks again for joining me here with another CNC Rivals video. We're going to be talking about the artillery unit of the Temple of Nod. And I have a love and hate relationship with this unit. I love the idea of the artillery, and I've been trying this unit quite a bit. But I've won and lost just as many games using this unit. Sometimes building this unit costed me games, and it was very frustrating. Now, the reason as to why I have a problem with this unit is that while it does a great amount of damage from afar, this unit has this stupid cone radius in front of it, and that's the only area the artillery can attack. It can't attack its sides. The artillery is completely blind to its peripherals, and it can't attack behind either. It doesn't rotate automatically. The artillery, once it's set up, it's going to sit there, and it will only attack the units directly in front of it up to 3 tiles. But if a unit goes towards its side, the artillery will just sit there, literally not move automatically, and the enemy unit will proceed to crush this unit. Unlike the Juggernaut of the GDI faction will actually move, rotate, automatically attacking units from all sides and even behind. And that's what makes the Juggernaut so viable. It also attacks many units at the same time, up to 3 units in a certain range, and it attacks a lot faster than the artillery. The other problem I had with this unit was that the reloading time was quite slow. If you had 2 to 3 artilleries set up at the same time, which is very rare in like a Masters or any high level game. If you have many artillery set up, yes, you will proceed to kill units in one shot, but one artillery just doesn't do enough damage. And I'll show you guys in a couple of replays as to what I mean. Alright, this will be the first game. Now, I don't have many good examples of the artillery doing an immense amount of damage onto my opponent, just because by the time I actually get the artillery out, the game is almost done. And at that point, we're trying to contest for launch pads, and the artillery being a very slow moving unit, also a terrible launch pad holder, because of course you're going to be keeping that unit far away. It's very difficult to use this unit effectively. But anyways, in this first game, my opponent's going to try to kill my harvester here. I deal with his attack bikes with my laser squad. I build a laser drone as well. So with the artillery, I'm actually bringing in mainly an air-based and an infantry-based army. No war factory units, because I like to play it this way. With the laser drones as well, I can possibly kill the harvester and then bring out the artillery quicker, because of course killing a harvester will net you extra Tiberium crystals, and you can build Temple of Nod units faster. So he's got a whole bunch of buggies on the right with attack bikes. Oops, I'm going to cut it down to my view. But anyways, I'm going to build one Banshee here as well. Some laser drones to take care of those buggies and attack bikes. Missile's almost done, so I'm looking forward to capture this, of course. I've got the left-hand launch pad secured, and he's got an attack bike here as well. And I think my opponent, not sure if he goes for a double harvester. I'm just going to do a quick check here. Yeah, he does. Yeah, so he goes for a double harvester. I don't know about this, and I do find it out with my Banshee up there. That's why he wasn't really focusing too much on the launch pad. So I decided to take out one of his harvesters, of course, and also that will allow me to pump out an artillery. I was really looking forward to producing as many artillery units as I can, because I was really testing out this unit. So killing those harvesters would be great for me. Now he's got a Temple of Nod for him. He builds a cyborg. I take out one harvester. I go for a Temple of Nod, and I'm saving up to build one artillery at this point. And I'm trying to kill another harvester here, of course, with my laser squads. But then I build one flame squad here as well to take out that cyborg, or try to take it out. He builds one chem buggy. That's going to wreck my flame squad. I take out another harvester. I build one artillery here to see how much damage it can do. I actually end up building 2 artilleries as the missile's almost done. So this is actually not a smart idea. When the missile's almost done, you don't want to build artillery units unless you move them to launch pad. But I fire an artillery shot onto a chem buggy, and it's 2 shots to kill a chem buggy. One of my artillery goes down to his missile. And look at that. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that artillery shot did absolutely nothing to that cyborg unit. And that cyborg was almost dead too. So it's weird. I don't really understand how the DPS works for the artillery. It's like 2 shots to take out light vehicles like the chem buggy, and then for the cyborg, which was almost dead, technically I think it should have died to my artillery there, but it didn't die, and my flame trooper eventually killed it. So sometimes I feel like it does a lot more damage, and then sometimes it doesn't do as much damage. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next game.
Battlefield control.
Alright, this will be the second game, and this time my opponent will be GDI with Lieutenant Strongarm. And this is one of those maps I think that are actually not that great for artillery, just because the map's a little bit bigger with the 3 launch pads all separated. So it's a map where you really want to control launch pads. The map we saw in the first game is a lot better for units like the artillery, because there was 2 launch pads really close to each other, so I could bombard any units that were kind of in that range. But once again, the problem with the artillery is that anytime you want to aim units to the left and the right and not just hit units in the front, which happens in a lot of the case, if the units are sitting outside of that cone radius of the artillery, you have to turn the artillery around and then set it up again, and it takes so much time. Your opponent has a lot of time to actually deal with your artillery unit. But anyways, let's go back to this game, guys. I'm going to be I'm gonna cut it down. I keep messing up the views, guys. The fog of war. But anyways, he goes for a Talon here. We're trying to control launch pads here. First, I thought he was gonna go for a ton of infantry units, which is what he did. But he goes for Talons here, and I'm gonna go for an air tower. And once again, I'm gonna go for a Banshee, take out those Talons, while I send one flame squad to the top to kind of just see what he's pumping out. He's pumping out more Talons. Missile's pretty much done here. We once again contest for that middle launch pad. I bring in another Banshee. He builds 2 Talons. I'll take out that 1 Talon with my Banshee. And he tries to move his Talon onto that launch pad. I tile blocked him with the Flame Squad. Banshee takes care of it, and I capture the first missile. So I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I take out another Seth drill pod to distract him, attack his base here. And I'm going to try to go for artillery. So I go for Temple of Nod soon here, as I get the 120 crystals. But not exactly yet, because I go for Blazer Drones. And I'm trying to sneak in to kill his Harvesters, to also see maybe if he has a double Harvester going on. And I believe he has only 1 Harvester this game. Yeah, so he only has 1 Harvester. I send out all my Banshees, all my Laser Drones to deal massive amounts of damage to that Harvester. And Laser Drones are really just good at killing Harvesters. They're very good at it, cheap, fast, and they do a lot of damage to vehicles. So with that Harvester kill, I get an artillery right off the bat. And I'm going to set it up in this. And I've got a nice setup here because all of my opponent's units are within my cone radius. And this doesn't happen too much. There are lots of times where the artillery will stop and then face the other way too. So the way the artillery sets up as well is also annoying. But you can see that Shockwave is taking 3 artillery shots right now. That was 3 artillery shots to take out that 1 Shockwave unit. I don't know if you guys counted that, but same thing with this Shockwave. It's 1. And I feel like the Shockwave should either go down in 1 hit or 2 hits. But once again, guys, that's 2 hits and the Shockwave still live. So I still don't really understand how the artillery's DPS works. I just feel like they're doing a little bit less damage than they should. Why does it take you 3 shots to kill a Shockwave? Come on, 3 shots to a Shockwave. Shockwave doesn't even have 3,000 health at level 9. So I think the damage needs to be slightly buffed as well on the artillery. Alright, and this will be the final game against my opponent, Dr. Liang. And we know all Dr. Liang players, well, most of them tend to go for the Tech Lab. So I'm expecting the double Harvester build from this guy. And if you are using Temple of Nod units, you're definitely going to want your opponent to slow the game down as much as he wants to. Because, of course, if he's going to go for a Tech Lab build, then you're going to have enough time to go for your Temple of Nod units. So at the end of the day, it's going to be about who's going to have the stronger Tech Lab or Temple of Nod units to win the game. And you can see my opponent does have 3 Tech Lab units. It's a very standard Tech Lab unit army. He has a bunch of riflemen, and they're going to get wrecked by my early flame squads here. And I'm going to want to capture this launch pad as quickly as I can. And I see that double Harvester coming out, because we saw that Harvester slowly rolling in. I built some laser drones immediately. I don't see too many missile squads. I know he's going to build missile squads to deal with my laser drones, but hey, I'm going to deal as much damage as I can to the Harvester and take it out get a Temple of Nod as quick as I can so I can pump out artillery units once again, guys. And his missile squad is going to deal some damage to my laser squads here. Not laser squads, my laser drones. And he actually ends up defending his Harvester pretty well. I thought I was going to actually take out his Harvester there. But I keep moving my Harvesters around. He does have a Tech Lab up at this point. And he heals his Harvester with the Dr. Liang drone. His Harvester is not farming, but he's not giving me any free crystals, that's for sure. But with the 2 laser drones teaming up, I finally beat Dr. Liang's healing here and take that drone out. He's got a Wolverine out immediately. I go for artillery right now, and I see that Wolverine coming. So I set up my artillery right behind the missile launch pad here. And I'm going to fire onto that Wolverine. And I'm unsure whether the Wolverine will go down to 2 or 3 hits, but it looks like it's going to go down to 2 hits here. And see, this is what I mean. I had to reposition my artillery right there. When that Wolverine walked up, so I could take it out with the second shot. The Wolverine moved fast enough, and it was out of my cone range from the artillery, and that's why I had to turn it around, which is so annoying. Now, if that Wolverine was like a Predator tank that does more damage to vehicle units, that artillery would have been dead. And that's the thing. It's really frustrating to use the artillery sometimes because of this cone radius. If your opponent is just slightly out of that range, like that Wolverine was, you have to turn that guy around, and there's a very good chance your artillery will end up dying. In this case, I got lucky and it didn't die because this Wolverine couldn't kill it fast enough as I was turning my artillery around. But seriously, I think the artillery unit, I don't see any reason for that cone radius of cone to be there. I understand without that cone radius, the artillery unit might become overpowered. I know these small tweaks could be problematic, but you know, it certainly doesn't hurt to help out this unit because I think the artillery is a spectacular unit. It needs to see more play as well, but that a very annoying frontal radius where that's the only zone it can attack and where you have to pivot it around. Also, its movement speed being very slow is not a very fun unit to use sometimes. Now, in these games, I've won all of them, but trust me, I've lost many games with this unit as well, just because of its problematic speed and that radius cone that you have to work with when you use the artillery. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the artillery in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.